the inspiration actually goes back probably, I don't know, 20, 30 years. I was in a time of my life when I was struggling and I was frustrated all the time, and I wanted an outlet where I could break that, quite frankly. And so what I would do is, it was a mental exercise where I would imagine myself in a white room that stretched forever in every direction, and the room was filled with glass cases. And I walk into it in this mental exercise with a bat, and I just break stuff as long as I need to until I feel a little better. That was the genesis of it. Where it really started to coalesce was when my brother, I have a younger brother, 5 years younger than me, who served in the Army, and it was not a very good experience for him. He came away from it with PTSD and anger management issues. And it was a really hard time for him. It reminded me of that time that I had gone through. And I thought, what can I do? What can I do for my brother to help him? And somewhere along the line, I heard about this phenomenon called rage rooms. I didn't realize they were an actual thing. In fact, Bloomington Normal had one for about a minute on South Main across from G. I never went to it, but I was deep into the manuscript when I discovered it, and I thought, I got to check that out. And then they went out of business before, probably because they broke everything, nothing was left. Right? But back to my brother and rage rooms. I thought, if he had the opportunity to go into a space like that, a controlled environment, and just let off that steam, maybe he would feel better. Well, that never really came to pass. My brother, I can report, is in a much better place today, though. But further research that I did, I found out that rage rooms are now a legitimate form of destruction therapy. I had no idea destruction therapy was a thing. And so then the final leap was, what would rage rooms evolve into 50, 75 years from now? If they became so monetized that only the wealthiest elite could afford to participate in these. And that was where I got the idea for the antagonist in the novel, Owen Valek, who's the CEO of CATHARSIS. CATHARSIS is the name of this company based in Chicago, on the shore of Lake Michigan. And as the novel begins, the company has pioneered some new technology using clones or replicants. If you've read the book, you can tell it owes a lot to like Philip K. Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which was the basis for the film Blade Runner, So that excited me, this idea of what it would look like if they charged people, $100,000 to spend 15 minutes in one of these rage rooms, customized to all of their specifications. So they recreate an environment or a habitat that mirrors exactly the environment in which they want to confront the person at whom their wrath is directed. And Owen is he's the prototype. He's the first one to go in there, and he's fighting his ex-wife, a replicant of his ex-wife. So that's a long way around of saying where the idea came from.